Hello.
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 Every Rush song.
Hello and welcome to Every Rush Song. That's what this show is about. We will
Hey, y'all.
eventually analyze every Rush song. You can email us
Every Rush song.
2112 at Every Rush Song.
Hey, y'all.
Every Rush Song.
Well,
Every
hey.
social media platform. But today, what song are we discussing today, Tim?
We're talking about. We'd like to do another from our Power Windows album. This is called Mystic Rhythm.
Yes.
How many singles were on Power Windows? I think there was some controversy about that when we
See, I
did our Power
thought there were
Windows.
only a couple singles off the Power Windows.
I thought there was 4. I thought it was Big Money, Mystic Rhythms, Marathon, and Manhattan Project.
You
That's
know
what I
what?
thought.
I think you're right, both of you.
Wikipedia is saying that there was only 2, that there was the Big Money, and
That
Mr.
was the
Rhythm.
big hit off the album.
Okay, so hits, not singles, because then it said Emotion Detector was the B side of Mr. Rhythms.
Well,
Smooth,
I just
like his first.
remember here in local Dallas Fort Worth radio, when this album came out, you heard the Big Money, you heard Marathon, and then you heard Manhattan Project. I don't ever remember hearing Mystic Rhythms being played on the radio.
As do neither I.
Yeah, I don't either.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
Wikipedia is not always right.
so Big Money peaked at number 45 on the charts on November 1st, 1986.
Hmm.
It was on the charts for 14 weeks.
Okay. I did not know that NBC had a 2020 type news program, and they had tried several 2020 type news programs that all failed. And they had one in the last half of 1986 called 1986. And the theme song for this program was Mystic Rhythms.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know that. Oh, that's
What were we
interesting.
doing? I guess I was too busy doing that would have been trigonometry homework to remember to have any time for that.
Well, here we go with math again.
Because I'm the smart one.
Math's
My
hard.
kidneys right here and right here. The kidneys. This is where the beer filters right here.
Right. Right through there. Right through there.
It goes right here, through here, out here, and then I have to go pee. That's how it works, in case you were wondering. Geddy Lee, in some interview somewhere, according to Wikipedia, which now we know is wrong, so maybe this isn't right, described Mystic Rhythms as the most synthetic track on the record, with each instrument fed through a synthesized something.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah. So do y'all like this song?
I personally love this song. I wrote some notes down.
We'll take
I'll
that
have
as a
to,
yes, Tim.
I wrote some notes down.
Yeah, I was letting Jay go.
Yeah, I want to put on my glasses so we can read Jay's notes.
So according to my, damn it, these don't work either. I've got a
your prescription ran out. Did you get it?
I got a Fred
refilled.
Sanford drawer in my house. I need like several different sizes. Now I wrote that first of all, musically, this is atmospheric, mid tempo, and it breaks. And then the break keeps the driving engine going. And then I don't recall there being a solo unless you count Getty's bass. But I don't think there's really a need for one. I personally think the music kind of sets up the lyrics and the lyrics complement the music. Um, I I think they fit very well together, and as for the lyrics, my overall take was about the sense of wonder of what it means to, uh of what it all means, dating back to the beginning of mankind. We're all connected back to the very origin of our species. Mystic river and rhythms capture my thoughts, carry them away. Nature supernatural way. Mystic rhythms under lights or canopy of stars, back then or something. The powers and we wonder what they are. I think it's just
See.
been like what's it about all about, man?
Wait, are you asking, or is that what is the song?
No, that's what I think it's about. I mean, we've always it's a something that's been common throughout history. People just kind of wondering, trying to figure it out. Mystic rhythms.
Tim, what do
Yeah.
you think?
Rhythms was my second least song from the album.
What's your least favorite song from the album?
Emotion Detector, and I think that was made pretty
Yeah, I
clear.
think you made
I think
that
that's pretty obvious, yeah.
last week.
I remember listening to it and thinking, okay, this is going somewhere, because that was a cool introduction, Neil's drum part, you know. Again, this one is recorded with the electronic side of the drum kit. But it's a nice song. Right. There's really no solo, like you said, Jay. It's more of just some musical little things being played out, but nothing solo-ish, Um, Getty probably carries it the most, I guess. Alex does a couple of little things, but not really, what you think of as lead guitar solo.
Right.
Live, he plays the acoustic the entire time, right?
No, that's stupid. He doesn't do an acoustic. There's no acoustic on. Right.
I'm trying to hit your chimes. I can't reach your chime. I can't see
Yeah,
it
right.
is.
No, and what is that guitar that he plays? I can't remember the Charvel, or it's something, but he does that on the at the beginning when he finally comes in. I mean, it's a special kind of guitar that guitar people would know that I don't. Um, yeah, but I mean, that was okay.
What's it about?
What's the song about?
Yeah.
A bunch of mystical stuff. From what I can gather, um,
So what are the mystic rhythms?
the mystic rhythms, he starts off so many things I think about when I look far away, things I know, things I wonder, things I'd like to say. The more we think we know about, the greater the unknown. So just think about how much we don't know about our planet,
How much
but
you
we
don't know about
think we
anything.
know a whole bunch about it.
I mean, really, we don't know much about anything.
Like
Yeah.
I've always said,
Don't know much history or biology or
scientists have told us how hot it is at the center of the Earth's core. And I'd like to say, really?
how do they know if they stuck a thermometer?
Go full and drill and stick the thermometer up the Earth's core ass. How do you know that? I mean, yeah, you can come up and Shane's going to love this with your mathematical equations and pi versus Taekwondo and you come up with this. You don't know. You don't know. There's still in the deepest parts of the oceans, because we can't get down there, that have not been discovered yet.
Yeah.
You know, there is still wilderness on this earth that man
There's still new
has
species
not
popping up every day that have,
exactly.
yeah. Mystic rhythms capture my thoughts, carry them away.
I thought this was Neil's way of saying I'm an analytical person. I'm a logical person. I believe in science, science-based facts. But there's also some weird stuff that I can't deny and I can't explain.
Yeah.
And these things have been talked about throughout the history of man, like Jay suggested. And it's there, and we can't explain them. And I don't know what to make of this.
And you know what's interesting to me is this song, to me, that's what it's talking about, at least part of it. But it's interesting to me that throughout time and history, we are all still asking the same questions. Nobody really knows. And I don't think anybody will ever know, because it's mystic. It's natural. It's something that we can't put our finger on. Uh Almost said something we can't finger, but that was not the right way to put that.
Well, and remember from Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
he meets can't remember if it's the first girl he likes or if it's the lady he ends up marrying, but he's in California and he goes to a tarot reading, and this person
Yeah.
reading the tarot cards essentially nails
I
it.
think they call them
Kind of
terrorists.
No,
No? Okay.
no, Jay, that's
Football.
what Tim, what is a rim shot?
Well, that's funny.
Well,
Easy. So I think even though this song was written way before he went to that tarot reading on the pier in California, he still had that sense of, yeah, there's a lot of things that even though I don't believe in them because I can't explain them, they still exist and they are real.
Yeah. So was he an atheist or an agnostic?
I think they're all
agnostic.
atheists.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I
Long Tim.
I can get the agnostic part.
Agnostic.
I can get the agnostic part. You want proof. The atheist, yeah, not everything can be proved by science. We're finding out new things about the universe every day because of the latest telescope out there.
And
Right.
I sometimes
and
wonder.
we're changing our facts about what we're discovering
Right.
about the universe. 20 years ago, the universe, or space as we know it, they said was slowing down and that was going to be the end of everything. Now
Yeah.
they're saying, no, it's speeding up. Well, wait a second.
Ooh, like Bono said, the
As
universe
soon
exploding.
when you think about space, all right,
The final frontier.
as far as it goes, do you want to use our earthly directional categories of north, south, east, and west? Okay. We travel out to Pluto, which used to be a planet, but wait a second. They said, no, it doesn't really qualify as a planet anymore.
messed
It's
up.
a sub-planet.
Yeah,
Pluto will always be a planet to me.
But nobody
true.
with the most powerful telescope has seen the edge of the universe. It's seen as far as we can see,
Right.
but that's it.
Math.
And so, but they think that's the end. And
And now we know
They
I mean,
don't know.
they're finding Earth-like planets. They're finding all sorts of, at least we think they do. I'm like, how do you
Well,
know
they
that?
think that that's what they're seeing, but
They're
then
in the what
again,
they call the
when they show you
Goldilocks
that
zone.
satellite photo or that picture taken by Hubble or
Yeah.
whatever telescope,
Ooh, I think it's
we see it as
the
just
Tom
this
Jones.
dot. You know,
Right.
it's just like I still don't believe in black holes. They
What?
think they know what happens. They don't know what happens.
They have math, Tim. They used math.
No, guess what? Math. They use math to tell us that the universe was slowing down. Then they use math to say no, it's speeding up. In the universe is growing, it's spreading. They don't, folks. I'm telling you, they don't know. But they start using a bunch of words that most people don't understand, and they put doctor in front of their name, and we're
You-
just supposed to believe them.
It's all
Well, let me
theory.
ask you this, Tim.
It's all theory. Science itself is, I mean, a lot of science is theory. It's not fact. It's theory, what they think it is.
They
So
prove it
to
with
your
math.
point,
Yeah, but Ron Burgundy said that women's brain was the third of the size of man's, and that's a scientific fact.
Yeah.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Well, they prove those things with math. But I have a question for you too. Do you really think that you can make a delicious drink with milk and cream and eggs and sugar, or are you agnostic?
Don't laugh at that, Jay. Jay, stop laughing at that. It was a horrible setup. The punchline was ridiculous.
It was bad. Yeah. It was bad. I'd like to
I'd like
apologize.
to apologize to all of our fans out there. Shane has now been sacked.
Nice Monty Python.
Nice. Nice.
Well,
Nice.
so think about how in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, how they're making fun of the science of that time.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that witch was the same as a duck, then she's made of wood because wood floats on water. So therefore, she's a witch.
You got to burn her.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's some logic there, not deductive, more inductive than deductive, but
You can make anything logical.
it's inductive instead of deductive.
Here he goes, bring inductions into it again.
Ducks. It's about the ducks, Tim. Is it inductive or
Ducks.
deductive? How much does it weigh? Does it weigh the same as a duck? Because I mean
Why a
that kind
duck?
of says it all. Nature seems to spin in a supernatural way. To me, that's the main line. It's he's admitting to himself as much as everyone else that he doesn't know, and even though there's no science to back up these things, there's these things that happen. You know, Jay said with space, things with ghosts. What's that? The secret. What's that thing about projecting something, or what's that thing, the Oprah Winfrey thing, where you really think about something enough, you believe enough to be true, and it becomes true.
Yeah.
all
I don't
that
think-
kind of stuff, all that superstition, supernatural.
It's kind of like Christopher Reeve did in Time After Time, where he thought about it hard enough and he traveled back in time.
Yeah, manifesting.
Yeah.
That was a word, like
Manifesting, yeah.
of things like that.
On a side note, I want to mention something. Last week I went to the zoo, and there was
So you stole the monkeys.
there was only
Monkey
one
thief.
animal there. All they had was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Thank you very
So-
kindly.
I was
And,
pretending my screen froze.
and then I think Neil
Those
tells us to not suggest that we shouldn't take these things too seriously. Like
Yeah.
Jay and I have a lot of talks about UFOs and supernatural things and paranormal stuff on our other podcast, Beer Thursday. We don't take these things too seriously, but we suspend our disbelief and
Yeah.
we are entertained.
we are entertained.
Is there anything wrong with that?
There's nothing
No.
wrong with that. No.
No, we all love Harry Potter. I don't believe witchcraft,
Why not?
but
What about vampires?
oh
Sorry.
yeah, vampires are.
Okay.
But
Making sure.
but witchcraft, no, that's just a bunch of hocus pocus. Oh, that was good.
That was
That
funny.
Good.
That was funny.
But
high
yes,
No, never
I
again.
suspend my disbelief in wizards and witches, and I enjoy watching the Harry Potter.
Have you ever known anyone that was? I know there's some different feelings about J.K. Rowling now, but back before all that, I knew people who were anti Harry Potter because they thought
Mhm.
the wizardry and the witchcraft was evil, and so
Right.
they didn't like this kid's
Yeah.
book because of that. Because they were unwilling to suspend their disbelief and be entertained.
Yeah, it's well, and that's the thing. It's entertainment. Just take it for what it is, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch, listen, or read it.
You know, and there's some really good life lessons to be learned from those books as well. And people now can try to dissect things that J.K. Rowling said and take them to mean this thing or that thing. And basically they're gonna interpret it the way that suits them, whether they're a fan of hers or whether they're anti J.K. Rowling. They're gonna interpret it the way that suits them, and that's okay. But whether or not you like her, there's a lot of interesting, useful lessons in these books. And if you throw that all out because of some things she said or didn't say, then you're missing a lot. And you're not hurting her. You're hurting yourself by missing out on those things. And another example of that is this guy, Jordan Peterson. Have y'all heard of Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, he owes me money.
I doubt it. He started out as a psychologist. Then he was also a professor at the University of Toronto, a psychology professor. He wrote books on mythology. In fact, a lot of the BS you hear me spout out about came from his writings. And he wrote some fascinating stuff on mythologies. He had a podcast where he went through the book of Genesis, and he would spend an hour or two on each chapter of the book of Genesis, just fascinating insights into what's there, into what's in those verses. And then at some point, I don't know if it's because he got sick or he came under a lot of fire because of some things that he was disagreeing with about some rules in the Canadian universities about what you could say or not say with pronouns and gender and all that. But at some point, he started just getting these really strange beliefs and things that he would say. And he gained a lot of enemies because of that. And then a lot of people ignore his earlier work, the podcasts and a couple of books that I've read. And there's so much great information in there, so much useful stuff to help you become a better person and help you live a better life. And if you throw all that out because of the few things he said or because you disagree with a few things he said, you're not hurting him. You're hurting you. And I think that's the same way with these things. I think that's kind of Neil's message with Mystic Rhythms is, as a non-believer, as a more pragmatic or analytical person, you might ignore all these things and write them off. But if you suspend your disbelief and you open yourself up to it, you might be entertained at a minimum, but there's a lot of insight, a lot of profound thoughts and ideas that you can gain if you just open yourselves up to these things that you would normally not believe in.
I like to.
I'm exhausted.
That was the most amazing comeback from a tangent to bring it back around to what the original subject I have ever heard. It's as though you planned it.
I
It
did.
was beautiful.
You should
Tim,
see how sparse
genius.
my
Genius.
notes for Mystic Rhythms are. They have
Jay,
nothing.
Jay, I wasn't really late getting on to record this. Me and Shane had met an hour before and we rehearsed the whole thing.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was amazing. You guys,
Ding, ding, ding.
you guys. So, what do
Nice
you
work,
think
Tim.
about Mystic Rhythms? Is that the
Me?
name of it, Mystic Rhythms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dear Rush fan, we'd love to know. We'd love for Shane to do the talking right now. And then after that, we're going to turn it over to Tim to take us home. Shane, back to you.
Tell us your thoughts. Our good friend who loves Rush. You can reach us at 2112 at everyrushsong.com. Let us know what you think. We want to know. Tell us whatever social media platform is your favorite. At Every Rush Song. Tim, take us home.
All right, St. Petersburg, you guys were great as usual. And again, we never know what we're going to be doing, but we want to see you again, hopefully in the near future. Thank you. Good night.